Breaking news. As an example, Putin released a man who was convicted of stabbing his ex-girlfriend 111 times. When Russian President Vladimir Putin pardoned a man for the brutal murder of his girlfriend, he received widespread criticism. According to activists, Vladislav Kanius was released after he signed up to fight in Ukraine. For the 2020 murder of Vera Pekteleva in Kemerovo, Kanius received a maximum security prison sentence of 17 years. The Sun reported that after Kanius's ex-girlfriend broke up with him, he stabbed her 111 times, raped her, and tortured her. Only a fraction of his 17-year sentence was actually served. According to Alyona Popova, an activist for women's rights, Pekteleva's mother uncovered photos of her son in military uniform. According to the Moscow Times, she also said that Kanius had been transferred to the southern Russian region of Rostov, which borders Ukraine. "I do not live, rather, I exist. This pushed me over the edge. The lawlessness of our state has finally caught up with me." Oksana, Pekteleva's mother, expressed confusion over her next steps. Oksana pointed the finger at Putin and expressed concern for her own safety. "The killer can at any moment kill any of us out of revenge," said the woman. Popova published a pardon for Kanius dated November 3 from the Russian Prosecutor General's office. Putin declared in June that he was signing pardon decrees for Russian soldiers imprisoned during the conflict with Ukraine. Many such convicts had joined the Russian military in its fight against Ukraine. Putin's decision prompted activists to publicly condemn the government for essentially giving the abusers a free pass. Meanwhile, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov told AFP that Russian inmates are paying with blood for their crimes. This year's presidential prize was presented to Patriarch Kirill, the head of the Russian Orthodox Church, who was appointed by the Kremlin, by Vladimir Putin on National Unity Day in Russia last Saturday. After receiving his latest state honor in the Kremlin splendor, Kirill and Putin went to Red Square to pay their respects at a monument honoring Russia's 1612 victory over an invading Polish army. At the same time, Kyiv announced that a criminal case had been opened against the Patriarch for his comments justifying armed aggression against Ukraine and denying the country's territorial integrity. What has Kirill done to deserve this mixture of praise and criticism? Exceptional military blessing. Officially, Kirill was recognized for his contributions to the strengthening of the unity of the Russian nation, and awarded the Presidential Prize for his efforts. Kirill has demonstrated his purported role as unifier by serving as chairman of the World Russian People's Council, WRPC, a group that claims to speak for all people who identify as Russian and which saved the Kremlin last year by rallying public opinion in favor of the war. For example, one of its initiatives was to propose, quite seriously, that the acronym SVO, which currently stands for Special Military Operation, the Russian euphemism for the war in Ukraine, be changed to stand for Sacred Military Operation. The WRPC also provided a useful summary of contemporary Russian identity, noting that it was founded on Russian men's willingness to die, for faith, for the Tsar, and for the fatherland. In case you were wondering, Russian women helped the situation by having more men willing to put themselves last.